Just once I'd like to get a video up without having to push at the last minute. Now we know I always do things last minute, but this is getting out of hand. Hi, this is Kelly from Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and today we're making a tag on the fly to make sure that the tag video goes up today, because I wound up having to leave the house unexpectedly yesterday and could not get this done. So let's get this rolling. Now I need to pull in a sheet of my contact paper backing. Get that all smoothed out, because I'm going to want a glue space. And I have pulled out the papers from an old Stampin' Up! Paper line called Simply Gilded. I think that's what it was called. Gilded Autumn. It was a specialty paper from 2021. And these are what we're working with. And I'll pull these out. This one's a little heavier. And this one. Pull this one out. And let's pull. Oh, they're all here. Okay, let's pull the big one out. This is what we're working with. Just like this. Okay? And this one is actually this one. So I'm going to flip it out of the way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe, without counting. And I'm going to stick this one over here between these two so it'll show up. And this one between these two so they'll show up. Let's spread this one out a little bit. Okay, ready for the flip? There's the back sides. Not quite as stark. I really like this. But I want to work with this one today. And this one. Maybe this one. And then let's see what that leaves us. Flip these over to the back. Yeah, I want to work with this one. Or this one. Oh, I don't know. Let's start with these. Let's pull the shinier ones over out of the way for now. And I also have some here. These are the strips where I have cut out my sample pages in the book. And I want to see if there's something in here small enough I can do a quick fussy cut of the pine cones. Let's leave that one out. That might be a good size to work with. And there's the one with the, or acorns rather, not pine cones, but the acorns. We've got that one. That one. That one, oh, that houndstooth is kind of cool. And let's use that one. And that one. I'm not using these because I want these to go the other direction, maybe. Let's go ahead and leave that one out. And that one. And that one. And that one. Okay, let's stick these back in here. Put those away. Now I want to use these smaller pieces for the accents. So let's figure out what we're doing with this one. I think I want to use this one for that back. And I had a piece of that over here in my scrap envelope. Yeah, but I wouldn't have to cut into that great big one. So let's go ahead and put the glue down on this one and get it going. Now I could use a glue stick, but you know how I am about my glues. I'd check, make sure I'd put the record button, or if I'd been standing here talking to myself. I am curling up reading a book all day today. Yesterday I got up to take my vitamins, my supplements, and realized I was missing a couple. So that meant a trip into town to get my supplements yesterday, which was not on my list of things to do. And as you know, when I leave the house, it's an all-day trip, so I didn't get to do anything else. And my little makeup roller's missing from over here. So I guess we'll use this and just squeegee that down good. Okay. And then I can come back with my scissors. I know I'm going to need my fussy cuts. We'll pull them out. Now I have some things that I want to do tag-wise, but they're going to hold off for just a little bit. See, I didn't look at that again, but that's okay. We're going to make that work. Because I think what I'll do is probably just put a piece of vanilla cardstock on the back. And I am not keeping these little bitty pieces, not happening. I totally cleaned up over here in the corner yesterday, or day before yesterday rather. And shampooed the carpet over here in this corner. Cleaned everything up. Pitched some stuff that I really didn't need. Got rid of, cleaned up paper scraps off the floor that had missed the trash can. I really want to do something over here. And I need to trim that just a little bit more. Okay, so on this, I was thinking a piece of this to go down the pocket off the side, but it needs something. Let me see if I do this. Do I like that? Maybe, maybe, maybe. Let's cut a strip of this off really quick. And I just want, I really need my glasses over here. I have not replaced the ones I broke here the other day. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off right there. And this one is going to go the width of the tag. I have a 3-inch tag, so let's cut this off at 3 inches. Okay. And let's cut this one off at 3 inches. Okay. And I'm going to do one more. I want to take this down a little bit. Let's take this over to 3 inches. Okay, and there's those pieces that I'm going to put back in my scrap envelope. We will use them for something else. They're big enough to keep. And then I'm going to cut this one down to about 1 1/4 inches. Okay. And I'm going to move this. Bring my tag back over. Now here's what I was thinking. I wanted to put this down here like a pocket. But do I want this one on the trim? Or do I want this one on the trim? I think I want that one. I want that one. And you know what? Before we glue anything else, I really like the looks of this. Yeah, that one's not wide enough. And it has the foiled pumpkins on the back. Let's see if I can find a piece of that with the foiled pumpkins. Not in a scrap envelope. Okay. Scrap envelope. Papers. What's the front of that look like? Oh, it's the brown. Here it is. So I need to cut a piece of this. That is a 3x4. I'm going to cut it just a hair over. And cut this one. Because this will look really cool on the back. Oh, it's 3x5. Oops. Okay. Measure twice, cut once. Oops. Okay, so this one is 5. I went back to Ollie's yesterday, and they had a pink cutting mat. It was pretty, but I have no use for pink in my office, or in my craft area, so I did not get it. I think it was like $3.99 or $4.99. I contemplated getting it so I could have it maybe for a drawing at our gathering next year. And I still may do that because a lot of the people at our gathering do not have an Ollie's. And that's a really good price. I wish I don't know if I can still get to the American Crafts website to see what they initially went for. But it would be nice to know. And I've got a bit of glue coming out there, and I don't want that on my scissors. So I'm going to clean that up really quick. Okay. I wanted to go to the bigger Ollie's yesterday since I had to go out. and the bigger Dollar Tree. And I got about 30 minutes from home and one of my idiot lights came on. And I knew what the idiot light was. I just didn't remember until the gal at the Toyota dealership told me. Like, oh yeah, duh. And they checked my tire pressure. Everything was fine. It was just the sensor in not one but two of my tires that was kicking on my low tire light. So that didn't make me happy. But see, now we've got this, and we could journal on the back of this. So now we can go back to where we were at. And I want to do this. Let's do it this way first. And we don't need quite that much on there. And it doesn't have to be picture perfect straight, so that's okay. But I think I've decided to use this on the front instead of this because it will mirror what's on the back. So I think we're good. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right along here. To put this together. And glue the right side together. And then I can flip it over and see how I am on spacing. See if I need to tweak anything. And then I'm going to go through and I'm just going to go here and here. Just on those three sides. I can flip this over. Glue this on the bottom. Just like that. Okay. And because I know that was straight, I need to pull that up just a little bit. Yeah, let's just crimp it off. It'll be easier. It will be easier. Okay, now we have that. Have that. I wanted to go through and fussy cut some of these, but I don't know how much time we've got. We've got 12 minutes, and I don't have my shades, so I will come back and fussy cut some of these. And I want to just put them in clusters around here, and then we're going to make a tag really quick. And I think we'll make the tag out of that green I just put away. That wasn't it. This one. Just make a tag out of this one. Or we can make the tag out of this one, but no, I don't think I like that. Let's put the tag on this one. So let's make a mini tag. And we're going to make this 3x5, so let's make this, let's take this down to a 3.5 maybe. Let's do it at 4 and then we can trim it off if we have to. Let's do that. Let's flip right in there. Yep, we want to take off about another 1/2 inch. Just like that. And then I'm going to use my tag tickets off of here. And I don't think I want that size. I think I want the 1/2 inch. 1 inch looks awful wide. Let's do the 3/4. Let's do the 3/4. And remember, with these from Spectrum Art Creations, they're an acrylic template, and you just snug them up against both of your edges, clip your corner, and then go over here, snug them up against your edges, and clip your corners, and then you have a perfect tag on both sides. It's even. No guesswork, no flipping things. It's done. And I think this needs to be a little darker. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of that on the back of there too. Will this one work? Because this isn't cardstock. Oh, that's what we need to do. Let's put it on a piece of vanilla cardstock really quick. Find my vanilla. I have paper really crammed in there tight. What's this one? Nope, that ain't gonna work. This one will work. Because I don't want this on the back. I just want the green on that front. So let's glue this to that piece of cardstock. I like using the very vanilla with this because we've got the vanilla background on here. So we don't want to jump out with a stark white. So I'm going to snug this one up to the edge, to the edge. Burnish it down good. And then come back and cut it up. Yeah, I'd have cut those. I really need my cheaters to cut those off. So we're just going to do this. I'll have to clean my scissors because I'm not using my stickies to trim this up with, which means I'm getting glue on my scissors. But a little bit of acetone will clean that right up. No big deal. Put those pieces in there. I might be able to use them again. These can go up out of the way. I'm getting really good at cleaning up as I go because I don't want the mess. I don't want the mess. And see, then this will go right in here. And what I'll probably do is put a couple of those pine cones on here too. Maybe use the pine cones or the acorns as a pole. I could do that. Let's not punch that out. Let's save that. And I'll put a cluster of the acorns maybe down along here. Or, do we like that? No, I don't think so. I think I like just this. And it'll go in there, and you know, because we're putting it in a pocket, you know my thing. Trim my corners. Get my little corner rounder up here. I love this one from Hobby Lobby. And I'll just round that corner off. Didn't get it in there good. There we go. I also have an extra from, we are memory keepers from my punch board too. And then that'll tuck right in there. And then I will put a fiber on there really quick. Now this is going to take about 3 hours to load. I've repositioned stuff over here and I can't get to my green fiber. So we're going to leave that there. I will show you the finished product on, I'm not sure what day I'll be back. I am getting so close to having the studio finished that I want to not do anything else but work on the studio. It is coming along. My cutting table is finished. My office studio, my work desk is finished. This over here is done, except if I push the chair out of my way, I have a side table in my way, so I can't get to my fiber drawer. So I'm going to leave this right here for now, and I will see you back here in the studio soon. In the meantime, please remember, like, share, and subscribe, and creative blessings.